Welcome everyone to the Man of Thought. I'm already live. Bro, join me and come live. I believe I'm live right now. Welcome if you're just joining me.
Welcome if you're just joining me.
Let me reduce this.
Welcome if you're just joining me.
Today's episode, we are going to be discussing about Nigeria police is your friend. And I decide that I'm going to talk about this simply because I know that we are having soon protests coming up. Nigerian youth are all gathering themselves for protests. And so with that being said, before we proceed and we start discussing about Nigerian police being your friend, I would like to give a little bit of reminder. And first of all, I believe you're seeing this on your screen. So let's play a little bit of Nigerian police is your friend. These particular people. In case you did not yet clearly, the guy was asking of his phone from Nigerian police enforcers. They can't tell us this is not their people. So this is already even recorded by TVC. Nigerian police is your friend. If you're preparing for protests, I am playing this for you. And we are going to get into the message very soon. The purpose of this assault was simply because of iPhone 6. This is in Enugu, according to the record that was put here. At least if I am not a reliable source, TVC should be a reliable source. So I have another one to play. I have a little things to talk about because Seun Kuti talked about people protesting. Some people shouldn't protest. Very Dark Man said we should be careful of the protesting and the rest of it. Too many confusion has been coming about protesting for something. I want to bring out my view, and I hope we can all reason about it together. And I learn something. Hopefully you too, you learn along the way. Let's play. This is about iPhone 6. I don't know how far we can go with this. Well, he's trying to explain himself after he has received some beating from the Nigerian police force. So let's see another person. So you.
This is inhuman. Una tell person join motor. Una let tag and go. You say I'm not record your face. I don't get your face already.
Well, this is from Sahara TV. In case I am not a good source, a reliable source for news, this is Sahara TV. Nigerian police brutality. Suspect chained to van and dragged on the road. By who? Nigerian police force. Yeah.
Yes, and STJ. I don't let all this fool. I don't shout here. Let all this kind of thing. What we say? That saying go slap me. Ogu kill and leave the head for us. See the person that will be saliva come up for mouth already. What do you do? This is inhuman. What did you do? That one say go slap you because I record that. Imagine like that police say you slap me. Man, come on for road. Come for road, madam, I will see person. Saying go slap me. Because if my lap has a slap me. Come on, the police. Man, the police. Is this you? Is this not in you, man? Man, I the police. Is this not in you, man? I have to record this. I'm a patriotic Nigerian. This is inhuman. It's inhuman. I have to record this. You take
One way or the other, they will collect the phone from that person's hand. Then, before we finally proceed, this is a reminder for those of you who want to protest. This is police crackdown on protesters in Nigeria. This is another news. This one not be even Nigeria carrier. In America carrier. They say Voice of America. I don't know if it's America that are fighting for Nigerians or Nigerians are fighting for Nigerians. But at least we can see the uniform and the badge here. Oga, move on. Let them see you. Oh, yeah. People are protesting. Is there anything at all? Is there anything that anybody would tell you on this surface of this earth not to realize that Nigerian police are your closest friend? Nothing more, nothing less. From the people who they go ahead to take their phones because they are operating phones, from the other people who they assault, we don't know the reason, they handcuff him close to van, and the third people where you see beating going on, assault going on simply because people went to protest. Now, there's no news that actually covered in this particular aspect that is being shown that these individuals committed a specific offense and this is what the Nigerian police force are actually using to follow up with the person. Now, that brings me to the conversation. Yesterday, I was listening to news when Seun Kuti was talking about it's important that Nigerian youth stand up to go protest, and shame on all those adults, old people who decide not to protest, who keep inspiring, is it inspiring or dispiring fear into the Nigerian youth to stand up for their rights and fight for their future. I love Seun Kuti. I admired him a lot. He's an inspiration to me. But I am a kind of person that when I listen to people, I kind of think of other things too. At least to find something that counter is so I don't get lost in a belief system on what they say. I have to be able to reason on my own too. And then I was listening to all the things he was saying and I was like, okay, I could remember during the time of Buhari. During the time of Buhari, Seun Kuti had a political party. He said he's opening and they called the name of the political party MOP. And this particular party simply means Movement of the People. And when he said Movement of the People, this is what his party actually stood for. And I was like, okay, let's see what will happen. There was a time they wanted to protest and we saw Nigerian police and they gathered everywhere during that time of Buhari regime, maybe during the second election. They were standing all in front and they did not allow Seun Kuti and his people to go inside the shrine to go and make whatever meeting they want to make because they saw that protest was coming up due to the movement of the people by Seun Kuti. Maybe Fela Kuti established this, but Seun Kuti is actually pushing for it. I don't know. But what is the bone of contention? What did Seun Kuti do at that particular junction when such situation is coming up? Seun Kuti respected himself. He respected himself. He went home and sat with his mind. He think about his future. Not quite long, another one then happened that people saw that, okay, oh, he has issue with Nigerian police force. He slapped some people and something like that, and they charged him to court. Now, I can't speak on that. Maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. We are only going to follow through the law. But when we look at such incidents, you ask yourself, if Seun Kuti was trying to protest, is he protesting just like Fela Anikulapo was doing? Because Fela Anikulapo Kuti, during the time when he was being an activist, talking about all the situations of Nigerian government, how they brutalize their people, he went to different countries, and when he sing, he came back. While he's coming, Nigerian army will hold him and beat him on the way, assault him multiple times. This is according to history, this is according to news, this is according to things that has actually played in his time. But in this aspect of Seun Kuti, the same thing did not repeat itself. Why? Because Seun Kuti knew how to navigate. He did not want the same thing that happened during the time of his dad to happen during his own time. Is he an activist? Yes. Do I respect his opinion? Yes. But now they are saying, let people go out and go and protest with Nigerian police. And I support it 1,000,000%. Should people go out and protest? Yes, they should go out and protest. But there's something that I was now thinking about. Not quite long, it's not up to 2 months ago that we protested for minimum wage. Nigerians protest for minimum wage, for salary to move from whatever 1,000 to 70 or 80,000 naira. And finally, the government actually gave the people the liberation, and they put it part of the Meiji constitution for you guys to now have 70 or 80,000 naira as minimum wage. After this one has been set, then they are saying they want to protest again because of the hardship of the country. And I'm like, this is where I always get confused sometimes when we Nigerians are deciding to do things. I'm like, okay. We remembered as Nigerians, things were skyrocketing and we never protested for it for a very long time. Is it when the thing have hooked us in our neck that we're about to die? That is where we begin to wake up to protest. Then I ask myself the second question. What are we actually protesting for? If you want to fight the government, there should be a specific of what you want the government to do. Seun Kuti believe in the idea of what they call revolution. And I believe every revolution begins with a protest. But protest does not bring in evolution. Sometimes chaos brings in evolution or revolution. But we have to look at it. When we say Nigerian youth should go and protest again after they just protested one and they shut down something, that was a safer way of making things effective in this country. For the, what do they call it? People who does their work and whatever they call it. When every organization has to shut down and people refuse to go to work, Nigerian government make sure they fulfilled the aspect of increasing the salaries for minimum wage. But there's a caveat to all this. What are we fighting for? Are we fighting for the hardship in the country? Are we fighting for fuel prices skyrocketing? Are we fighting for food being expensive? Are we fighting for Dangote refinery? What are the specific things that we are fighting for? You remember, the only fight that I can say that Nigerians has ever protested for that actually makes sense was during the time of EndSARS. Do people lose their life? Yes, they did. During that time, I remembered I was telling certain people that be careful of this protest you want to do, because we understand how our government play, how they do their things. Sometimes you might be protesting, and before you know, somebody else will come in. And let us put this very straight. There is no such thing as peaceful protest. Oops.